Good evening, everyone. Hope I'm audible to you, right? Is I'm audible and my screen is visible to you people? Great, great. We'll just start our session in a couple of minutes. Okay, so good evening, guys. We are at the day four of the Excel level two, right? So we just saw in the 3 days, we just what we saw is we just saw uh, what is pivot table and how to create a pivot table with just a couple of clicks, right? So then we just went on grouping things, modifying the Excel pivot tables. Then we just found out the relative percentage, like before month what was there, after the month what was there, like that, right? So then we saw grouping, then formatting pivot table, then we just saw reverse function which we called as drilling down from pivot table. We just got the data, right? Then we went on with creating pivot charts, right? These were we just saw in our day one, two, and three, right? So after in third day, we just saw what is nesting function, if else, then sum if and if error. Then we just saw VLOOKUP. What is the what lookup does? Then what is hatch lookup? VLOOKUP is vertical lookup, and hatch lookup is horizontal lookup. We just saw these, right? So we just worked on everything, right? So in day four, what we're gonna see is we'll just start up with text-based operations. Okay, so let me just move on to that. Yeah, not this actually. Yeah, let it be like this. Okay, so in this day four, okay, so we are going to start with text-based operation. So what is text-based operation basically? So in this chart, you can just see different kind of things. Like I have SKU number, so I just some identity number for some product. Okay, so I have the corresponding product name, a retailer price for the product, right? So in this company, what they actually did is they what they did here. See, first they gave ACM. The first three letter denotes the supplier ID. The next three numbers define the part ID. Okay, so the last two thing describes the product code. So what happens here? So if it comes to the next thing, these three refers to supplier ID, and these three refers to part number, and then the last two refers product code, right? So we want to separate, like we want to out of a collection of data, we just want to get it as individual things, right? So what I'm supposed to do, if I go to the next tab, if I want the supplier ID of this product, I just want to pick the first three letters and place it here. If I want part number, I just want to go to the middle three and then place here. Product code means last two, right? Right. So what I'm going to do, we just have a statement now, right? What is that statement? Just go to the SKU number, select first three from left. Okay, so I just wrote in my paper. Okay, so go to the SKU number. In that I have a certain values. In that, from left, take three values. So what is that? We are going to take from left three values. So I'll just show you that first. Okay, so for that, what we are supposed to do, we'll just select this. We'll just navigate to formulas tab. Okay, we have text group here. So if I click that button, I just can find many things. In that, we want to bring left, from left we just want to bring three numbers, three objects, right? So I just select left. Okay, so I got argument, function argument left here, right? So in the text, what is in by text? So text is the text string containing the character you want to extract. So I want to extract, sorry, just a second, I just click this text left. So text is the point where I in which I want to select my first three object, right? So I'm just clicking this text. Okay, so it's asking number underscore chars. So what is mean by number underscore chars? So number underscore chars specify how many characters you want from left to extract. One if omitted. Okay, so if only one means just omit this. Don't want to fill anything. So I'm supposed to take one, two, three, right? For supplier ID, I want to take first three letters, right? One, two, three, right? So I just write three and I give okay. Okay, so what I did, I just took three letters and place it here, right? If I drag it down, control Z, I have to this table, right? So I'll just drag it down. Just see now, the first three letters of each parameter just have been shifted to here, right? So the formula applies. So I just, from the SKU number, I derived the supplier ID, right? So we just, what we did, we just, from the SKU number, we just went to left. From left, we just copied three objects, right? So the same way, the last two things describes the product code. So in the similar manner, I just go click this text. I want to now just, I want to go with the right side. Right side, what is, from which text I am supposed to take this text, right? So here, what, how many things I want to keep? So I want to do two things, right? So I give okay. So similarly, we just got this. Let me drag it down to the, to fill the entire table, right? So everything got filled. Okay, right? So what is part number? Part number is the middle three numbers. So either I can say, like, from right you can just take the after fourth digits, or from sorry, or from left you just take from fourth digit, or from right I can take from third digit, right? So instead, what I can do for that, I just have another option. In text, I have mid. In text, I have mid. Okay, I can find mid. Okay, so it's asking which text you are supposed to take from. So I just select this. So it's asking start numbers. Okay, so it's not asking start numbers. Start number is the position of first character you want to extract. So I'm supposed to extract from one, right? So one is which digit? One. A is one, C is two, M is three, and I was to take the fourth digit, right? So I just start with start number fourth digit. So fourth digit is first one, and from fourth digit, how many digits you are supposed to take? So one, two, three. I just take three, and I give okay. So see, it went from right, it just carried from fourth digit, and from fourth digit it took three digits, right? So I'll just extend it to the end. Okay. So I just have everything, right? See, I just took supply ID, I just took part number, I just took product code. So everything is right, but see, everywhere I just have three digits supplier code, supply ID, and then three digits part number, and then digit product code. Then it's fine for me, right? So I just come down here, I just see I have my supplier ID three, okay, and then I have entire number. Let's suppose we'll take let it be PQR. Okay, so here, okay, I just have supply ready three digits. So now there is this field is fine, but I have my product code 2050. Since we have defined only three digit after the fourth, right? So I just got 205 only, and I have three three digit product code, but I got QR only. So what I'm supposed to do here? This is somewhat miscellaneous thing, right? So what I'm supposed to do? I just click this. I can find in A19 mid from fourth digit onwards. Take three, right? Instead of three, I'll delete and I write four. I'll just enter. I just got my 2050. Similarly, I just go here in A9 from right, take three, right? I just delete it off and I'll just say three. I'll enter, right? So it is editable. The formula is editable, right? So this is what the basic things we just do, but text based operation. So you just can ask me, right? Okay, we have just a sample of 25 data. So okay, you just by seeing you found out this is somewhat different. So if I have some tons of data, okay, so what I'm supposed to do, how to find which is different, like that you just make another column number of characters. Here and all I have 332, so 8 332 here, but I do have 343, that is 10, right? So I just create another column. Just we use the formula, we just use the formula, right? Is equal to len of this. So what does len gives me? Len gives me how many character I have, right? So I just drag the entire cell, right? So I just go to home tab, conditional formatting. I just can highlight the cell, right? which is uh, which is greater than 8. See, got the cell. So if I have multiple things, I can get which and all cell is not equal to 8 or greater than 8 or less than 8. It's got popped out, right? So in this manner I just can find out, right? So this is what we just saw now is a text-based operation, which is a very basic thing. So we just found out first three letters and the last three letters, and we also saw how to take from middle, right? So the next is search tool. So what is meant by search actually? Okay, so for that, let me move on to the next thing. Okay, so search tool, right? So I just want to search my thing, right? So I have my full name here. Okay, let me rename it. This is uh, sorry, full name, sorry, full name. Okay, I have Patrick and then Marley. So what I can do, we just from right we can take exactly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 letters, right? So I just can go to this. I can select this formula tab, text, uh, and then we just go with the left. Sorry, it's left. Okay, this character. So how many characters? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7. Okay. So I got my first name. If I drag, sorry, if I drag that, I just get it for everything. What? I'm supposed to get Joe, right? So here we had everything similar thing, right? So in general, if we take a SKU number, we will have supplier ID and then product ID. So and then product code, right? So we just did with that. But here it's something, each cell have different datas, right? So what we are supposed to do now, there comes the option search. So what is search actually? Let me show you. Okay. Just click here, use text and then left. Okay, so in here I just select the character or the text which I want to refer. So for this cell I'm supposed to select this cell, right? I just click A2. So in number of character, instead of mentioning a certain number like 7 or 6, I just use a special operation, search. So we just navigate to search then. Okay, see I got search. In search, what it is asking first. Okay, so if I just give find the text, so search will be how it will be working is, it will just it will get input from our end and it will search the object in that cell. So here we'll just have a reference letter. So everywhere we just can see in a full name we just have first name and then on space and then second name, first name space second name, first name space second name, right? So we'll just take a reference as, okay, that space. So inside double quotes I just write space, I just give a space. Okay, so I just took that as my reference, right? So within text is the text in which you want to search. So in which text I'm supposed to search? So in this text I want to search. Okay, so I just navigate back to my left. Okay, I just got search. In search you just find where is this and then which text. I just give okay, I just get Patrick. If I drag it down, simple, just fetch me some words before space. So we just ask the Excel to find space and before and then ask it display the words before that space, right? Guys, note it down. We'll just from level 3 onwards we'll be dealing with data documentation. This and all will help you out. Okay, so see, let me show you formula. Left from this cell we just take from A2, we just searched the space and then we just took the letters which are available. from the left of this space, right? I can just copy this. See, I can just copy the for exact formula. See, and if I place here, and then if I give right, it's give me the value, right? Obviously, if this holds the same, right? But see here, I just have N Jones burns, the two space burns, right? I just have, right? So why these problems arises? For the first thing, it is fine. Obviously, it's fine. For the second thing, what is happened? You can just double click it. You just see from right. It just took the A3 cell. It searched for this, and then it just gave me the A3 values, right? Yet I got a value like N ton. So what is the error basically? So for that, instead of manipulating like this, I'll show you another way. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I just going to find space, and from space I'm going to take the next values, right? So here I just write, instead I just go to right side. Okay, I just go to right in that text, which text I'm supposed to look, this text, right? So in number of characters, I just write, find how many text is there in A2. So for finding out what we'll be doing, we'll just type len, right? Len, right? Let me open this. I just select len, which number I'm supposed to see, this one, right? So I just select, I have 15 words, and then I go back to right, right? So I just click here, minus, so I have 15 letters, right? So I'm just in the first it will just refer the cell, and it will calculate the number of objects or number of letters in there in Patrick Murray. So it is 15 letters I have. So I just, what I did here, okay, what I did here, let me show you. I have counted how many letters here. I'm just getting 15. 15 minus, see what I'm doing. I'm just giving search again. In search, sorry, in search, just look at me what I'm doing. I'm just giving again this reference as a space bar. Okay, within the text, I'm just saying A2. Okay, so why I get 8? So it's describe me, just see, it's describe me, I have 8 more letters. If I, in 15 letters, if I minus this Patrick, okay, I just have 8 more letters. Okay, so if I just go back to right again, it's give me, is in this A2 cell, I just found out 15 objects, minus I just searched some words, okay, before that space. So what I did here in this cell, I just counted all the values, and I'm subtracting the every values before that space, right? So when I give okay, job is done. You see now, we got, right? So this is where we just searched for space, right? We just search space, and with searching that element, we just gave us reference, just give me the values before that reference value. So I got Patrick here. And then here what we did, We just took right side elements. In the right side elements too, just delete the objects before Patrick, right? So this is search, right? So the next thing was concatenate. Okay, so what is meant by concatenate? Let me show you concatenate. Anyone can guess what is in by concatenate? By seeing at this Excel sheet, easily people can guess, I guess. Yes. See, I have a set of datas, and here if I see from last name, first name. So I just write first name and then last name. So I'm just going to merge the things. I have two cells, and the third cell I'm going to merge two things, right? So concatenate is nothing but we are going to get some data from different cells, and we are going to merge it under a single cell. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do, I just want to write first name and then last name, right? So I just click here. I just go to text. Here can find concatenate. I just press here. It's asking me what is the text one. So I just want to give first name first, right? So first name, and here I have second name. Okay. Just for a while, you just if I click now, you just say me, is this fine? No, we just want first name, then one space, and the second name, right? So I just delete it off. I just go to text again. I'm just going to concatenate, and then just give text one as first name, text two again. What we are going to give a space, right? So inside inverter, we just give a space, and then in the text three, I'll just give the last name. So if I give OK, it's great, right? So we have first name and then second letter, and then a space and then a third letter. So like this, okay, like this, I can just have 255 datas I can combine, or I can concatenate inside a single cell. 255 cells. Okay. So here what I'm supposed to do, first name, and then I just insert a space there inside double quotes, space, and then last name. Sorry, here in the next text I'm supposed to write the last name. Okay, so if I drag down, done, the job is done, right? So we just saw how to derive a data. Like if I have a collection of data in a cell, I can just split it out into different things. If I have a combination of my product code, ID, everything, I can get split it out with a reference or some assigning the sides either from left side or right side, or from middle, or referring a single text, right? Here, what we did, we just combined multiple cells data into a single cell, right? So this is what concatenate function, right? So the very next thing we are going to see is formula trace presents. Okay. So for that, let me move on to which this, no, no, uh, no, no, no. Okay, it's new thing, I guess. Let me just fill it out this fastly. Okay. So let me name these cells as week one. Sorry, the cell, name it as week underscore 1, enter. And these cells as week underscore 2, enter. And then this is what we call naming of certain ranges, week underscore 3, enter. And then here I just name this as week under 4, sorry, underscore 4, okay, enter. So if I want to sum this, I just can write is equal to sum of week underscore, just select this, enter, is equal to sum of week underscore 2, just sorry, is equal to sum of week underscore 3, okay, enter, is equal to sum of week underscore 4, right? Just we have named the cell and we can just write the total is equal to sum of these cells, right? And then close. Okay, so I have total. I just name this as goal, GOL, goal. Okay, so if I want to beat the goal, his total should be more than this. So what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to do here, I just want to compare things. What I'm should do here, people we just saw in the first class, you just remind me and just command in the command box so that I can just know how to check, how to compare things. Yes, 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 yeah. See, we want to navigate to formula tab and then logical and then find if. Okay, so logical test, what I'm going to do in logical test, so which is my test, so this value should be greater than or equal to, okay, greater than or equal to goal, right? So if it is true, just give me a value s, yes. If I press tab, it's come inside inverters, right? You just make a note of it. So I just give okay. So I'll just compare and it will give this, right? So for bonus, what we have that we just have nested two things, right? We just see nested thing, right? So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to logical again, logical again. If so, I'm just typing which text I'm suppose what is the thing I just want to do, right? I just give two commands, right? We are going to nest two things and I just give go inside and what is the two things? It should be first thing should be yes. So h5, sorry, h5 should be s is equal to yes. And then what is the next thing? Minimum of these values, sorry, these values should be greater than or equal to 8,000, right? So these are the two things. Just go back to if and then my statement is true, just give me pop up me value yes, else give me no. Okay, so I'll just give yes and I will drag. So we I have prepared this table quickly in a fraction of seconds, right? So I may know, I sorry, I will know what is the interpretation, like I just compared, okay, for this I compared this values and then these values, for this I just compared these two values. Okay, for here we'll just count, right? So we'll, what we are going to do, we'll just use count function, right? So we'll just go to formulas again, we'll just insert function, we'll just type for count if, right? Count of a range, let me select the range, I just selected the range, if it is yes, right? So I just going to count it. Okay, okay, so I have, for this cell I just saw only this. So if I am the creator of this entire table, right? So I know what and all relation, if I take this cell I just compare this and this, and if I take this cell, these everything I just compare, right? So in a receiver point or the end user point of view, if I want to check whether this cell is related to this or this is related to this, for that, we just write, first thing what we are going to see is predentants. Predentants are nothing but, uh, it's nothing but if I'm getting a value in the cell, okay? So how I derive the values? That is called predentants. So how to find that predentants? So again, you navigate to formulas tab, you just click here, which cell you want to see, go to formulas tab, you can just find predentants. If you click that, it just show, it compares this value and this value here, so it just get the value, right? So what the function we gave, we just compared these two, right? Obviously this says this two, so I just compared, for this cell I just compared this and this, for this cell let me find the predecessor. So I just get, okay, for this cell you will get this and this. Okay, so this is called present tense. So it's nothing but where this value came from. It's the same. It's just answer me the question, where this where in this cell, if I consider this cell, so this value, how it came to my desk. So present tense answer me the simple question, right? So just we just saw predecessors, right? We just see again dependence. So if I consider this value, this is dependent on these values. Obviously, these values are dependent on each one of these cells, right? So if I want to find the dependent of this cell, I just select the cell again. I just go to formulas tab, and I just can find trace dependence. So this cell, if I this cell is entirely dependent on this cell, so I can just find which cells are dependent on this cell. Okay, so I just find this cell. So this cell obviously contribute to the total also, and this contribute to the here also, so we are finding minimum of these, right? So this cell contributes to total, and this cell contributes this, right? So let me just go again for this cell dependence or this and this. So let me it just went for a count and then it just gave for the bonus status, right? So these are the dependents. We can find dependencies. So you can obviously remove the four arrows, right? So what this is what we call precedence and dependence. Precedence is like how I got this value. Okay, just if I just click this and they ask present tense, you compare these two values and you got this value. So dependence is like which cell are dependent of this value. Check my dependence or this and this. If I change the value of this, obviously this will change, this will change. It is the meaning of that only, right? I can show you an example. Okay, let me show you an example. Remove arrows. So uh okay, so I'll just click here, I'll just check dependence. So this cell is actually dependent on these two. If I change the value of this, if I change it below 8,000, 7,000, here S was there, right? Here, see, 46,630 was there. If I change that, see here, 45,000, because the summing up changes. And this here, minimum of these value gets 7,000, which is less than $8,000, as we mentioned in the formula. So we won't get bonus. So this cell is depend, these values are dependent of this cell, right? If I change it again, this cell changes. So this is what we call dependence, right? The very next thing what we are gonna see is watch window. So what is with my watch window? Something, it sounds great, right? Watch window. Okay. Let me go to watch window. So what I just made is, let me drag this to mm, 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 mm. Okay. So what I did, just a minute, guys. Okay. See, I have an auditing list. Okay, I have several 10 salesperson number, and just I have their met, what they have met, their goal or bonus status they have, right? So the similar thing what we have did now, I just have count, right? So I have their total sales. Okay, I just, what I did, I used some pivot tables and I just displayed it in another sheet. Okay, so here you can just find total. I just have mentioned in the watch window, right? So if I change some values here, okay, if I change something like $5,000, obviously this total will change, and this also obviously it will get changed, right? So if I click enter, this changes. So obviously in watch window, this also get changes, right? So in many situations there will be in many cells will be dependent of another cells. Since I don't want to navigate between multiple cells, now also we just saw, right, we just navigate into multiple tabs, we are searching for the sheets, right? So to get rid of the confusion of searching multiple tabs, I can just use another option called watch window. So what I'm doing here, I'm just navigating to formula tab, and I just find watch window. When I click that, the watch window pop-up pops up, and I just say me, okay, you want to add a watch? Yes, I want to add a watch. So I just create add a watch. By default, it's asking you want to watch this cell. Yes, I just want to watch this cell. I just click add. In my window, I have a small, sorry, I have a small watch out window here. See, I have value 17176,211. I just have a value 176,211. If I navigate to formula editing, I just can have the watch window here. Okay, I just have a watch window here. If I just change the value again to some 15,000, yeah, just give enter. See, value gets changed in that sheet also, value gets changed, right? I just don't want to go to that window and just want to check that. Instead, I can have a watch window, right? So the last topic for today's session is showing formulas. Okay, So what I'm going to do now, I just gonna wanna see what other formulas I have used in this sheet. So what I'm going to do, I just navigate back to formulas, okay, and just here I just have show formulas. Oof, I got everything. I just use some here, and then I have used the function, if and I just use what are all functions I have used. Everything's pops up, right? So if I just go here, file, print, I can find the formula too. Just I'll just change the page layout, orientation to landscape, okay, so that many things will be so. See here also you can see formulas. Instead of numbers you have formulas. You can just share this with your colleagues so that they can know how you actually worked out this Excel sheet, okay. So let me recap what we have seen today. We just saw text based operation, right? We have text based operation. We just took three numbers, first three elements, and then we just took last two elements, and then we just take middle three elements. We just took middle, right? So the very next thing what we had, just we have, if we have different short, we just made number of characters using len for len, and then we found out which is different, and we made according to that, right? So this is what the first thing we just saw. And the second thing is we just went with search function. We just searched some values and we just placed it in an individual cell, right? The third thing was what, concatenate. So concatenate is nothing but combining data from multiple cells, okay. We just, from every data we just took some parts or the entire parts, and we just added in a single cell, right? uh See, of the very next thing what we just saw is, we just saw how to see formula, this we saw formula trace precedence and dependence, right? Yes. And then we just saw watch window, what is in my watch window, and this we saw showing how to show the formulas which I have used, right? So this is what the entire course for the day is done. So for circular references is, circular reference is nothing but when a formula directly or indirectly refers to some certain cells, will getting circular references. We just get some errors out of it when we use circular references, so many people won't use circular references. That is like very straightforward technique that people might be avoiding, okay. As I said before, we just have many ways to carry out a single operation, okay. So we just can do a multiple and a safer way so that we don't do any mistake, right? So let me end off this today's session. Let me give you a session ID. Sorry. Your session ID is 3855417. Let me check it again. It's 3855417. Okay. So I'll just update your attendance form. You can just submit your assignment in the previous, like I just have gave you before itself. You can just submit it there. So today's assignment will be, you just I had shared this Excel sheet, right? So you can just go on with text based operation and that search. So like you can do left right whatever we did in the class. We just fill it out and just send it to me. Okay. Okay guys, thank you. If you have any queries, you just can ask in the forum. I'll be happy to answer that. Okay.